I'm Ben Peters. This is Bruce Peters. We're at T.A.S.C UCP. We're going to be adapting a toy. It's a Let's Rock Elmo. Tools today we'll be using, Dad, name them
Wire
off.
cutters, strippers, Phillips head, flat head, different types of knives to cut through the insulation on the wires, needle nose pliers to hold things, electrical tape.
Alright.
This is the switch that will activate Elmo.
Simple button switch.
This is the plug that we have to put in place in Elmo when you plug the switch in. And this connects to Elmo. A child can activate Elmo by pressing the switch.
Alright. There will be some soldering, so watch out for burning. Of course, sharp stuff, so cuts may happen. Alright, so let's take it apart. Well, take it out of the box, then take it apart. Alright, so now we've got Elmo out of the packaging. He's standing here, ready for surgery. Are we ready, doctor?
We're ready.
Alright, cool. First thing we did was examine Elmo and find out where the switch is. He has two switches, one in the hand and then another in the foot. He has 3 different modes, all activated by the switch in the bottom of the foot above the battery case. Try me, an off, and an on. When it's in try me mode, the hand is the only switch that will be activated, whereas in off, no switches are activated, and in on, the foot switch is activated.
So we're going to replace the foot switch with our cable so that the child can activate by pressing the button and get Elmo to dance. Start with taking the batteries out.
So we've removed the batteries, all 6 of them, and have set them aside for later. Now the foot with the switch is a little harder to get off. Can't tell if you can see, but it's a triangle bit, a tri-bit, which is an anti-tamper style of screw. We found by using a small enough flathead screwdriver, we can get enough connection in there to rotate the screws out. So we're gonna take off the foot and see what's inside. It's all 4. We're about to take the battery, the switch cover off of the foot. Alright. Inside we have a small box that contains the actual button itself, the simple switch. Otherwise the foot is hollow with small points for the connecting of the cover and holding the cloth in place. The top of the switch is just a little flip-up panel. We found it a little easier to pop it out from the bottom with a small screwdriver to get the clip out. Here. Small fingers. Little smaller fingers. Relative small fingers. Here. Alright, the switch plate is off. Inside is a simple press button activated from the bottom and 2 wires leading up into the foot, up the leg, and into the main body itself.
We're going to cut the wire, take the switch out.
Right. We previously tried stripping the wires and adding in a new just a bypass, and that didn't work because it was a little too crowded in the small box, and we started shorting.
So we keep the wire connected.
So we keep the wires connected, disconnect the button that is built in, and add in our own as a substitute.
And now we can take the switch out itself. It does nothing. It's been taken out of the circuit, so we pop the little switch out.
We can keep that for later or just pitch it depending on what we need or what we need it for.
And now we have to pull this wire through to the other side. Now it's through.
Alright, so now we have the wire through the hole. The top is just a bare cavity.
So we can seal this back
So we can
up.
see it's ready. First we're going to strip the wires down, split them, strip them, then we're going to preparatory solder them, and then actually solder them to the adapter itself. Right, so whipped, split, now we're stripping. Stripped wire, it's one.
It's very thin wire, so you have to be very
yeah.
careful when you strip it.
Last time we tried this, I was attempting to strip, found out the stripper itself doesn't have a small enough wire size, and I kept either not stripping it or cutting clean through the wire because it's so thin. So we resorted to just a little bit of hand care and using a relatively sharp box cutter knife. Ready to actually.
We're using rosin core lead-free solder.
Right.
And just a regular soldering iron like you could buy at any hardware store. Get a thin coating of solder onto the bare wire. You have to feed, these are pre-timed, they're ready to go already.
Right.
You have to feed it in through a hole in the back that's already there.
That way we
Allow
can
the-
still tuck the skin of the Elmo doll around the adapted end. And the foot cavity will actually protect the wire and the connection so that we can easily just leave them in there. We'll try and put as much slack and extra length on the adapter on the outside as possible, so this will get a little tight. After we solder them, we're gonna just tape them, then tape them together, tape them so that they can't short, and then
Okay.
tape them together. All right, here's the actual soldering itself. Right, there's one wire. So we cut away, went ahead and soldered. Now we're going to select wrap the wires individually at first and then wrap them together later. This is so that they don't short circuit because they won't be able to touch each other on exposed wire. Alright, so we've got both wires taped. Now we're going to tape them together. This will just hold it together, give it a little bit more continuity, and help it make it a little stronger. Move it to the inside of the foot. One more to here? Or
No, that's fine.
Alright, so
Fold it over.
fold it over.
Like this.
Oh, right. All right. Then then for this, for the foot, we're going to have to put the skin back over, making sure that we leave the cord untampered with as much as possible. Really don't want to catch the adapter cord when we're putting the top back on. Also don't want it to be trapped, so we'll just leave out a little loop of this skin off from being secured by the foot. It shouldn't matter that much. What little wiggle it has shouldn't tear away too bad. So it'll be okay. Quick recap. we took out the button in the box. We replaced it with a direct solder into our adapter plug. We then took the plug, fed it back into the foot cavity here, taped it in so it won't move that much, fed it outside of the actual foot, underneath the skin. Now we're going to put the plate back on, secure it with its 4 tri-bit screws, then we're going to plug it in and test it, see if it works.
Turn it off.
Alright, so we've put on the foot plate, and this is the final screw to put it in. Alright, then we're going to put in all 6 batteries real quick. Then we're going to plug it into our switch and test. This is going to be so cool if it works. Last one had a bit of trouble with it. The aforementioned shorting of wire caused a bit of a problem for us. We got over it pretty fast though. You know, discover the problem, adapt the situation to fix it, and move on. Alright, so all 6 screws. Batteries, excuse me. All 6 batteries. Final 2 screws.
I'll take a look at the
All
switch
right.
first.
Now, the switch is currently in off. Then
Wait a minute.
this side is to try me,
Yep.
and then this is actual on. First we'll go to try me because we don't require the switch. Activated by the hand. Does he dance?
Let's rock! 1, 2, 3, hallelujah.
Okay.
Alright,
Now
so
turn him off.
Everyone, let's go!
Let me see the switch again.
alright,
Let me
so
see the switch again once.
that was in try me mode, where
you
only the
press the
hand
hand.
is activated as a switch.
So now you put him in on.
Now we're gonna put him on in on mode. We're gonna hook up our own switch.
It's music time! Let's rock out!
Let's see if it'll work.
Put the switch in the front of him so we can see the switch being pressed.
La 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 la. Elmo wants to play the drums.
Oh, he wants to play his drums.
What happens every time you
When you-
press the
I want
switch?
the drums.
Well, he's not going to play right now because an instrument isn't equipped, because the little drum switch at the bottom isn't activated. As soon as I activated the drum switch, however, and pressed the button on the switch, it started working.
Put the switch in the
And this
field
is proof that the switch will change the song
But what about
and what he's doing.
So the child activates the song by pressing the blue switch.
By pressing this blue switch, he
Oh,
can
it's playing.
change what song he's playing. I want to check another instrument just to make sure that the hand switch still works in the on mode. The hand switch would just be the tambourine that comes with the set. So I'm going to reset him real quick. Alright, so this is our finished Elmo. Back into his original box. The cord is down there. The lighting doesn't allow you to really see it. But, yep, finished product. Looks almost as good as it came off the shelves. So, being a little careful with taking it out of the box, and then nothing too drastic on the adaptation. So, it's ready to go out to whatever kid wants it, gets it, needs it. Yeah. Cool beans. Say goodbye, Dad.
Bye.
Alright.